Hello, Michael. How are you? Here, Gerardo again. Hope you're doing good, man. And I thank you for all the content that you have been sending through multiple platforms, especially today, which is the September 15th. Like it's an important date for many of us, Hispanic people, who we who is which is the start of the Hispanic Heritage Month and all that stuff. In Mexico, here is the Independence Day, so it's also like a very cool video to record for you, man. So on that tone, thank you for your videos. Thank you for keeping posting. Thank you for sharing all your knowledge. I like the kind of like the small change on the tone of the videos, like I do believe that has an important theme of us as an entrepreneurs, us as a business owners, us as our character. So as you said the other day, not tough love, but still necessary, because when you are on board, and I get you now, right now already, when you interact with different business owners, they are not at the same level of the values which you provide, no? So it's just like, as you said the other day, how are you as a person, no? Like, have you taken yourself seriously in way to improve yourself, develop better qualities about your character, and so on. So on that line, it's I love that tone on your videos, and especially when you translate to these are the mistakes you are doing, uh, because you are not paying attention to the details, no? Like, how the business is a reflection of you, how put together you are, how on top of things it's your financials, your productions, your marketing strategies, so on, so on. So on that note, man, great content. Continue to publish. Thank you for sharing this, and I will be more tuned to your lives, no, because I still cannot figure out your time schedules for publishing on different social medias. But yeah, I'm a big fan, and I always for sure listen the replies. But anyways, that's for start. Second, as I say, today is the 15th September, which is it's different flavor, like, I wish I could make this video en español también para platicar un poco. Mi voz cambia, entonces platiquemos. Let's go to business, man. My previous videos with you, and I do believe this is the relationship I'm having with you in the business level, is that I share my journey, my SBA journey that I talked the other day, and some stuff personal, and where am I, what I'm looking, what doors I'm knocking, and so on. So if you allow me, the SBA journey I divided in 5 points, because that's my brain works. But let's do it, no? So first of all, on this journey, this year 2023, I put myself to I'm conscious that on October of this year I will be turning 2 years with my business, and having 2 years, approaching almost 2 years on the 21st of October 2023, you realize the truth. It's start to coming out in a way that how professional you are as a business person, like, it is this business your self work? Is this just a hobby that you just justify in matter of fulfilling some time on your activity? Are you having good results? Are you having a well structured budget? Are you having all this professional stuff that in a way it summarizes either if you're serious or not serious on this. No, so for me, the honest, the true is that the coin is on the air, because it's hard for to maintain a certain level of of positivity on the business, because lucky for me, I'm not in the position where my business is sorry my business is my means to get money, like that's a privileged position that I have. However, I do want to put the urgency on man. If this works, it works, and it start to explode in a way that it will gain me some financial freedom. No, that's my point. Because by other means, I'm being supported by my family. No, so that's important for me to have. And the coin is on the air because either I have it or I don't have it. That's very true to say. And as an entrepreneur, well, my business is also my writing. So my writing, I'm just start writing every day, like by hand, by typewriter, in computer, and so on. And with the pursuit of improving my craft, which is like learn more about the technical writings, learn more about how to construct a story, learn more about uh, book fairs, presentations, talking to other authors, writers, and so on. So, overall, the publishing industry, I have to learn more. I love it. I mean, I grew up with books, so in that way, I justify with my business, my vocation, and as a writer, I see myself as a agent of civilization. Like I construct reality. I construct, articulate in Spanish and in English, my thoughts, my feelings, my emotions, my political ideas, my business knowledge, and more, just to make more sense of my reality. That's it, nothing else, nothing more. But at the same time, I'm struggling to get my work seen by others, and especially something that I start to understand if is that if as a writer you don't win prizes, or as a writer you don't are recognized or seen, basically you don't exist. No, so that's something that I'm struggling, changing, and having a lot of hope on that side, because that depends on my writing, depends on me reading, depends on me studying, so on. So that's kind of cool. Approaching almost 2 years. And that's the way to think about the strategy. So I always have uh, my 5 points is the strategy, operations, sales, marketing, and finance. So on the strategy side, in order to improve my business as with Codex Publishing, it's what's my habit. Remember the other day we were talking about the book Atomic Habits. So my habit right now, luckily, it started with running every day, running 5K every day, slow pace, in order to pursue some marathons. At the beginning of the year, I pursued myself one marathon. That was in July in my home city, San Luis Potosí, and I have with here my second medal for finishing the marathon of Ciudad de Mexico. So that's kind of cool, man, because I finished, nothing fancy, 4 hours 20, but this marathon in Mexico City was my eighth marathon, and boom, man, my brain starts to open in a way that I start to learn that marathon for me is a skill to develop. You run every day. You train different sets of training, strength, your core, your speed, your endurance, your mental fatigue and so on. So I'm becoming a better runner because of that habit, no? And translated that habit of running, it has put myself well put together, more on time, more sharp. I started to, taking care of all details, all the small things, because for me, how I do the small things is how I do everything. No, so that's one important lesson that I have in from running. And the habit of writing is just writing 500 words every day. Like by typewriter. I have it over there. There. I don't know if you see it. And that's amazing because my stream of consciousness, I just write. And just in order to do the habit of on my fingers translating my thoughts, which is amazing. Anyways, that's the strategy part. No, so my habit on my business is writing, but I'm aware of other habits. Like how well I control my finances, how well I have structured a realistic budget, how well I am reading more, how well I'm talking to other authors, and so on. So it's hard for me to choose plenty of habits, but right now I'm sticking to writing every day 500 words. On the operation side, that's the fun part. Now that's the creativity that happens with my business. And my goal right now is all right. At the moment, this is how I think. At the moment that I have produced 100 books, Codex Publishing will be a reputable publishing house. No, it's like it is well organized. So right now I have with me here a couple of books of my own that I want just to show it to you, and I want to send a couple of those to you, because as I say, I sell it on Amazon, and I might need some of your honest reviews on that, like just in order for you to put 5 stars or something in the comment section that leads this customer review, it leads to more sales, no? So that would be amazing if you can grab some of those, no? So I just have a couple, 5, 6. So let me just show it to you very quick. This is Minimalist Sudoku Club. It's basically from easy to genius, 250 book puzzles. The instructions are in both in Spanish and in English. And this is one of the best sellers that I have. By the way, overall, on the sales process of my books, I'm almost reaching 450 book units sale, no, overall history. But that's not the point. The point is just like there's a diversity on the books, versatility as well. This is a journal. This was my first one that I at the moment I was sailing skates, and I found a niche that is quite interesting. And remember, this was the first one before my divorce and all that stuff. But anyways. This book, it's also, there are 2 books that I have done for word search puzzles. This one is about Mexico. This one, it's, both of them show puzzles of looking for the words in Spanish. And it's more intended for children that want to learn more vocabulary. The science one, I love it because it gives you a twist of the scientific themes that I want to develop. So that's going. The other book is this one, which is like more educational, which I started to selling more on the back to school season, which is every July, August, depending on the, so sorry, August, September. And this is like an evergreen topic for me. Like every year there will be a kid who is turning 4 and starts to go into the kindergarten. So as you can see, this is the content, numbers, alphabet, and colors. Números, alfabeto, y colores. So this one of the first books that I did for education. I put the dedication to my family and especially to my niece. She was turning 4 at that year. And the last two ones, it's gaining. I thinking I'm gaining more traction and more confidence on creating books, because this is like the twist that I'm doing to with my publishing. Like my name, it's the Teachers Amigos, and then I use different tools for making those, learning how to do it. And this one, it has the premise that for every kid that wants to learn topics about the universe, I put this is as like a mission, like for kids that are just starting to read. I just said like, hey man, there's an objective. You have to find all the soccer balls on each illustration while learning facts about the universe and the galaxies and planets. And I put those facts in English and Spanish. But the good thing about this is that children that cannot read yet, they start to inventing the whole dialogues in their imaginations, while they're looking for a soccer ball at those, no? So that's kind of cool. And the last one that I have done, this is like almost the 20th book that I have done. This is like as well space theme related. And for me, the space, and I think for many kids, is like this is a drawing book. And look, this is a dog and an astronaut, a spaceship, and so on. But the great part about this is like your vehicle is your imagination that can translate to you to every possible world, every galaxy, and so on. No, so that's the operation side, and the operation side, it's I have a goal of 100 books in order to be to have the credibility that I have. But at the same time, in the operation side, man, I'm doing commissions. I try to sell my Codex publishing service as an editorial service, just as if you were going to cut your hair. No, like, hey, you need a cut of hair. In this case, you need to publish your book. What do you need? I offer everything. No, translation, content development, editing, proofreading, line writing, ghost writing services, and copyrights, registration, and commissions. No, so on this part, I'm talking to more writers, and they have different stages of editorial process. Some of them have finished, and it's not well rearranged, so I give them a structure. Some of them, they need correction on their styles of their manuscript. Some of them, they have already a sagas series, so they are just writing. And I have found a great opportunity on translating books, like obviously it's not me translating line by line with the dictionary, but I get support with technology, which is like it gets a faster streamlined process, which is amazing. So I'm thinking I'm trying to grab some already well-known writers that want to publish their book into Spanish, and vice versa. So I think that's going to be an exciting new income or new business unit that will generate me another type of income on this. No, so long story short, the production process, it's getting well. Obviously, that's me working every day, like at least a small amount. And obviously, I tell to my writers, hey, I'm publishing my own essays. I'm participating into essay contest, into municipality or state literary awards. So imagine if I get just one prize soon on any work that I produce, that would be amazing, because that would give me a great trust on me as a writer, and so on. So that's the part of the operation. Point number three, it's regarding sales. Sales is everything at the end of the day. If you're not selling, your business is not growing. Modest numbers, you know, my size. And as I say, I'm almost arriving to 450 units. My goal is to arrive to 500 book milestone, because that will give me a better understanding on my royalties. No, so on my royalties, if I sell 500 books, I gaining free after taxes and all that stuff, a royalty about 1.5k USD. So if I sell 1,000, will be 3k. So then I start to getting to know the traction that my business can get, because at the end of the day, reading and trying to have more impact on sales, it's one, I need to start thinking on logistics and sales, putting inventory to bookstores, no, which is like, hey, I give you 500 book units for the whole year, and I see you in 6 months to see what's going on, and to see the invoices, to share to you my new book and so on. So at least that gives me a sense of the understanding on how my business can grow. So then I will start thinking of, okay, this is the bookstore, and how many purchase orders I have to fulfill. That's one part. Second part, I need to low costs on the production side, because as I mentioned in other videos, Amazon KDP is printing on demand, meaning that Amazon makes the printing process, the binding process, and the delivery. But their books are expensive. No, for me, it's a royalty scheme of 80/20. Of $10 that my book cost, $8 goes to Amazon, and two are going for me. On those $8 is the printing, the distribution, the all that part, no, which is it makes sense, because me printing and me sending those, it might be a lot of work, but still I'm open to have a closer inventory on this, because I can sell those directly to schools, which is another source of clients. No, so on sales, I have my milestone. My milestone is arrive 500, and then I can start thinking bigger, because then you double your sales. No, like 500, then 1,000, and this is 1,000 reaching and on the overall time, no, all the time. So what will happen if I start selling 1,000 books every month? No, so that would be like, okay, 3k a month on royalties. That's then this is answering my question that I have since this couple of months, like, what is my punto de equilibrio? I forgot the name. Break even. No, so how many books I have to sell in order to have break even? No, so then if I understand that selling, for example, 5,000 books per month, the company will be growing by itself. No, so that's my mentality on sales, reaching milestones, thinking more strategic on bigger terms, because the way that I was approaching sales was like talking to my friends, family friends, buy my book on Amazon, please leave the review, please put some photos, video. That's good, but they are buying you one unit, no? And talking to 400 people is kind of like it's exhausting, it's daunting, and well, as part of it's part of the job. At the end of the day, as a writer, you want your work to be seen. But anyways, so that's sales. Marketing ideas. Well, my social media, it's growing slowly. Social media, it gets more well put together, how many followers you have, how many content you are developing. This is my weakness, this is my weak part of the business, but I'm approaching there. I'm writing a blog on about it, so it's kind of like compensating couple stuff, no, so that's part of it. And then on the journey of the SBA journey that I call it at the beginning of the year, it's finance, man. And finance, that's complex, that's the big monster, that's um, where all your content and many other information out there, it's helping me. And I think I summarized this part as well very well. No, like in the finance side, it's you have to fulfill the 5 C's. You know it: cash flow, credit, collateral, capacity, character. No, so of both the business owner and the business, no, as it is. And on this finance part, I think I have defined the problem, and I think I'm finding the solution. The problem is, okay, I need to secure a financial package, which is income statement, profit and losses, cash flow, projections, whatever, very well put together with the history that I have and the couple of years that I will come in for me. And in order to present a strong profile with my business plan, no? As I said to you the other day, I'm talking to SDFIs, community development institutions, financial institutions, which are amazing. There's different approach than banks for sure, man. I don't know if you have contact with those or not, but I'm starting to follow their leads on that part. So right now I'm only talking to two, SETS and Colorado Enterprise Fund. They are amazing. I think I have never found a group of people who live in the US who speak both English and Spanish, and they have the patience and interest to secure you as an entrepreneur and secure a loan. The other day you mentioned something quite interesting that blew my mind. It's just like at the end of the day, hey, those guys are doing their job in order to put more loans on the books, and that's it. No, they don't ask you about your situation, about how you're doing, about how your personal life or development is it's going. That's an approach that I like, that you make the differentiation, and yeah, man, I follow you that. But at the same time, I'm starting to develop a relationship with them because they are generally supporting a lot of Latinos, no, and obviously I'm the smallest business out there, no, like, man, on paper I'm so tiny in comparison to even to a coffee shop, no. So, but anyways, that's not the point. The point is like on the finance journey, I have gained the humility to say, man, I don't know. Kind of like I don't know even how to read. So I accept my financial literacy as a very small, very low. And I start reading accountability, reading about how to make budgets, learning about how to allocate different types of costs. Like for you might be something so simple, but for me it's just like a big word. Like, man, fixed and variable. Uh, Calculating the cost of goods sales of me doing books it implied like I didn't have an idea, and I didn't have the idea of budgeting the activity that I do for work. So then I started learning, oh, okay, I could put this fixed cost as inventory, as materia prima, it's raw material, and my time of creativity, allocating a budget on that, an amount of hours. And also it will be different costs when I selling 100 books per month, 500 books per month, 1000 books per month. So the variable costs will be start to growing in relationship with the sales that I go, no. So I'm learning more because right now I'm in the urgency at the highest with capital letters, no, like the urgency of finishing my financial package. I'm taking lessons. I have my QuickBooks account already now connected, and because I'm doing all the writing on the financial package, then it starts to make sense on this part, no? So I accept my financial literacy is quite low. I want to get qualified for credit, for funding, for a strong profile that I want to develop and to present to business, no? So to other lenders, sorry. And one approach that my mind is it's opening more and more is okay. At the end of the day, the way I started the year, I was secure only going for an SBA micro, no, 50K, 50K. That was my whole universe. Right now, as I tell you, with the marathon, it's my eighth marathon. The last time I run 50 kilometers. I decided to finish the marathon and continue walking, 8 more kilometers more, in order to reach an important milestone. And that have opened my mind now with the funding, where it's just like, oh, okay, it makes sense that my business as a publisher, it has to have diversity on the revenues. It has to have a solid investment portfolio. It has to have, sorry, a different type of assets. You know, like my books over there are my assets. So what I'm trying to say here is just like right now an idea that is on my head is okay, if I ask for more money overall, then it's justified for me to have a better strategy financially, you know, like more type of assets, different source of revenues, apart from my books, you know, like probably if I buy a land and then I sell it or rent it or whatever, I don't know, that could have I could tackle one of the biggest problems, which is collateral. No, at the end of the day, the collateral, if you have something that gives you support by your own means or by a family member, well, that would be another story. That's not the point. The point is like I want to show liquidity, and I have understand that it's hard for me to understand all that stuff because then I start to go back to the debt ratios that I might have, the different in the financial health indicators that I will be having after securing a loan. No, so I'm realizing that now it makes more sense for me to understand your approach in a way that, hey man, if you give money to someone else, they will project if they were worthy or not, because you can tell, you know, like in their character. So I'm starting to learn in, okay, yes, I understand it. I'm not yet ready, especially since I haven't finished my financial package, no? So for me, it's a yes or yes activity to do, no? So I'm touching base with CPAs, accountants. If you have one, please share with me, you know, because the other CPA agent that I had, I told him like, man, this feels like going to the dentist in a way that what is true, no, like you have done your homework well, you are well organized, you can categorize all the type of costs, can you secure your payments, you know, like are you true to your word, your character and so on. So that financial part in the overall my SBA journey, that's where am I. And I feel like in a marathon race. No, right now I feel in kilometer 30. It's more 12 kilometers to go in order for me to finish. And in that finishing line, it for me it's capital ready. No, so on that capital readiness, I'm going with these lenders, micro lenders. I'm sorry, and yeah, I'm being supported by, of course, of your videos, man, and on other webinars with Score mentors. I still going with my Score mentor. He's amazing, but at the end of the day, he's a banker, and he does not discourage me, but he gives me the facts, no, the harsh reality about my business. So as I say, the coin is on the air for me. But I feel confident now because, especially as I say, today's the Hispanic Heritage Month, and one approach that I have shared with you since the beginning of the videos is like, man, I solve things, no, I find resourcefulness, and if I don't know it, I take technical assistance, no. So as I said to you the other day, I'm reaching of the state of Colorado. They have this Office of Economic Development, and in that office they have another office called Minority Business Office, where they offer technical assistance on business foundations, on marketing, on e-commerce, on market research, and right now I'm taking the course of access to capital. So they basically put into contest entrepreneurs for a 5,000 grant. I mean, on those grants, I never expect anything because I never want anything. But at the same time, I fulfill my work. No, I do my homework, and the homework is basically that: finish your financial package. No, alongside with your business plan. No, so. That's my journey, man. All good, all good. I mean, as I say, urgency, capital letters, but at the same time, getting a lot of confidence, man, because as a business owner, multiple hats, no? And the hat of a writer, big news, man. I'm having I having a book presentation on the 26th of October 2023 in my downtown or my home city, which is like along with the government, along with the Ministry of Culture, along with a couple of students that I have. That would be good, you know, like that would be a dream come true in a way that for every writer publishing their own books in their home city, it's a dream, you know, like it's harder. It's harder because that's where you grow up, that's where your knowledge of the world comes, that's where all your trust in yourself comes, that's where all the judgment that you have about yourself comes. So it's going to be really great. Apart from that, I'm participating in book fairs as well, you know, like right now for me book fairs as a writer are starting to become a refreshment of ideas, you know, like as a writer you have to talk to other people in the industry, you have to attend book fair presentations even for books that you will never read. That's the point of being a good writer, you know, like you are open to new ideas, you are open to learning, you are open to craft your, in my case, my language, because I'm writing, and in developing my own voice. So my own voice is just like, hey, this is Gerardo. Think as Gerardo as your cousin, you know, like this Hispanic term. Hey, primo, hey, cousin, how are you doing? No, like complex ideas, but in simple terms for everyone to understand. And that's building character for me, you know? So I just want to finish this. I wanted to make it short. It's almost 40 minutes of this, but you know, like for me, it's something that I put effort in communicating with you, Michael. So please let me know when are you coming to to California and then to Baja. I know that you have a wedding, but it would be great if we can catch up or at least meet. I know that you travel with your family, but it would be nice if we just like, hey man, how's it going? You know, like starting to develop some kind of like once a year meet up, you know. Probably we just play soccer and that's pretty much. Or we can go for a run, but that's not the point. The point is let me know when are your exact dates, if it is okay with you, for sure. And apart from that, man, please follow Codex Publishing. You know, like that's the editorial, Codex Publishing. Selling those books on Amazon. Leave a review. Help me spread the word that there's a marathon runner who is a writer and who is an entrepreneur knocking doors. That's me, man. So have a good day, have a good one, have a good weekend. Enjoy the parties over the weekend. I will definitely do. And yeah, man, I hope we can talk soon. I will send you an email with this, all the documents that you have seen. I mean, nothing else, nothing more. And yeah, man, let's keep in touch. Keep your work doing. Keep the content production exploding. And yeah, man. See you, man. Adios, Michael. Bye bye.